Well, this is the first today. I brought the bike out finally on the pickup, and we come down here. We're just in Chainat province, just northwest of Chainat town, and we're about to go over the river on the bridge, and then along, take a ride along the Chao Phraya River. Okay, so let's get this ride started. Oops, a big truck coming, mind that. Okay, this is us, we're out of here. Get our mirrors all set up, because we don't really like riding along on the open roads that much. I'll tell you what we might even do, you ride up on the footpath, that'd be good. That's a brilliant idea. So this is the bridge crossing the Chao Phraya River, and this is the river that goes all the way from Nakhon Sawan upstream, and that's that way. That's upstream going up to Nakhon Sawan, maybe about 40 kilometres that way, and going on down to, ultimately to Bangkok, about 220 kilometres that way. There's my ride. So, here we go. Wind's blowing quite a bit. I hope I don't lose my hat, because I haven't got a chin strap on this hat, so it'd be too bad if the damn thing blows off and goes in the river. So, nice breeze blowing up the river there, up the river valley, which is really nice, because it sure is a hot day today. Probably about 38 degrees C, and so we're just going to go along through all of this part, and then we'll turn to the right up there, and then we can follow the Chao Phraya River, basically northerly direction. And ultimately we hope to land up at Wat Sing, and Wat means temple, but this is Wat Sing town. So it's a very old town. The old market there, all the old teak houses. So that's what's making it interesting for me to go over that way and have a look, take it for a ride. So here's where we're going to turn right. All clear there, all clear there, all clear everywhere. Your beauty. So there's the river. It goes up here, just up at the next bend in the river up there. It's a huge temple. Another one of the very big ones. Stop, the man said. Go, the man said. Pick that post up, boys. That's the way. So that's a big body of water here in Thailand. Chao Phraya River. And it's always interested me with the locals here that they are never interested in boating. Now, I know for sure if that body of water was anywhere in Australia, there would be boat ramps all the way along, and there would be leisure boats out certainly every weekend. But here, as you can clearly see, none of that's going on. In fact, the only boats that you do see are these tiny little fishing boats that people go out and sit in. They're just almost a cross between a dinghy and a canoe, really, and not much of them, but they venture out. I often wondered if it wasn't because the local people in general can't swim. Swimming is not a high priority on their childhood things to learn, and I wonder if they have a sort of aversion to getting too far offshore in a boat. Would make them a bit too nervous, so they don't do it. More little noodle food places here. Quite pleasant once you get down to the evening part where the heat of the day is gone, and then come down here and sit along the bank of the river and have some food. And quite nice little spots to come and spend a late afternoon. We're coming up on this temple, and they've just done some new work in this temple, which is kind of interesting. Hello? Another bloody post going in. Okay, what do we got going? This is worth a quick ride through, because this is all fairly new, all of this. Stunning size of the thing. And down here is the older part of the temple. It's very, very popular here. Quite an interesting temple to come and visit. And no done, we've got that gate closed, which I thought was going to be my escape, but I have to go back out. Okay. There's another part to the temple over there. I'm not even sure if that's part of the same temple as the one we just rode through over there, but that one I don't see many people ever visiting, that little place just there on the corner. The gate is open. Must have come the wrong road. Anyway, so we'll head up here and over the Khlong, and just on the other side of the Khlong we can hang a left instead of following the more direct way straight ahead, but it's still a fairly windy little track that's not very bicycle friendly. clear to the rear, so we can get out here in the middle of it and go across this little humpy bridge. Over this here Khlong. Not much in that. Alright. Somebody's had a bingle on their bicycle, on a little motorcycle. So now the place takes on a lot more of a sort of community feel, these nice street light effects here. A common idea in Thailand, and there's always a different sort of a creature or emblem thing on the top. All kinds of things. These are Chinese lion. So So there is this monument here. I'll have to find out more about what it is and why it's here. This is at the end of the main drag. We'll be going that way to go up through this little narrow soy and up through the old market of Wat Sing. So some very historic photos of the old market, and this thing here, that's pretty interesting, because that's the soy that we're about to go and ride up. In old times, in a flood. Looks almost Vietnam War era photograph. Militaries and very Vietnam War era looking photograph. And here, so take a good look at that photo, because that's what we're about to go and have a look at up as we drive through the old market. So I would venture to say that with the historical photos there, and then this monument over here, and the flag with the elephant on it. I don't know, is that Chung beer? I don't think so. Now, this is the street, as in today's time, as opposed to what we just saw in the photos. Here are the street sellers in Wat Sing. The old vegetable market. This is the really old section here. Really old buildings. Some look like they probably won't get much older, but that's the way of the place. This is all obviously a much newer part of it, because of just the widened roadway tells us that it's much newer. The old market would have been built at a time when if you had a bicycle you were doing pretty well. And this is the roundabout. That way would take you back up to Nakhon Sawan way. That way back to so heading out of town, and I think we're going in a westerly direction. E-biking in rural Thailand, very free way to get about, very enjoyable. Even on a hot day like this, it's pretty good. And Ban Rai, that's where we'll probably end up later on today. But I won't ride the bike there, it's a little bit too far. So thanks for coming along on the ride. Most enjoyable day. Hope you enjoyed the sights. Don't forget, like, subscribe, you know the YouTube drill. And I look forward to seeing you on the next ride. Cheers then, bye bye.